Yes, 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 yes. Bader Games in the building. Check 1 2 1 2. What do we got? What do we got? Levels looking good. Lighting looking crisp. We are good to go, my peoples. My peoples. You know what it is? FIFA already in the building. He's start Carson. Slow down, FIFA. Slow down. Rest Kate. Rest KDBs. Okay, okay. I hear that. Daniel in the building. Daniel, I'm gonna address that. I mean, we got fans of all likes, all shapes, all different perspectives, and I'm gonna point out what makes Hamza the guy that he is and why he's got his place amongst what he does within this whole fan versus fan banter. Um, big up Daniel. Okay, FIFA man, you're serious. Start Carson. You need to slow down with that. You need to slow down with that. But you guys know. Apologies for the voice. You guys know. First things first. My peeps come first. All right. If you're new to this channel, you're watching this on a replay. Hit the like button. Subscribe so you don't miss any future content. And hit me up in the comments. You're watching it on a replay. Hit me up in the comments. I'll interact. You're watching it live, like Daniel, like FIFA right now in the comments. Let me know what's on your mind. But this is the bonus show. Bonus show, bonus breakdown. And you can see that still image there on the screen. If you didn't watch it live, well, if you haven't seen it yet, then go and make sure you watch the match, City versus Nottingham Forest. But you see that strike from Silva, clean off his foot, resulted in a goal, gave us the lead. But I'm gonna do a little bit of breakdown because the last show I had early in the week, and if you didn't catch it, go check it out. Episode 67. All right, Why Always Me? Episode 67. Go check that out. See what I had to say. Hamza, Martin, and Don Smoke. Check out what we had to say on that show. All right. definitely worth the watch. And I want to also thank everyone for the views. The views have all been picked up lately. Humbly, after a show being posted and I'm seeing 100 people interested in watching what I have, and the number of content's been consistent, as well as the likes. I'm loving the interaction, and I'm gonna continue to do this. But this show, I want to keep it nice and sweet because not only do I have my show, but I'm looking to feature on Martin's The Mancunian Way that I believe is taking place at 10 o'clock UK time, 5 o'clock out here in Toronto. So you see the topics there on the screen. All right, you see the topics there on the screen. I'm gonna take off the bonus show more to break down. Let me take that off screen because we don't need that anymore. And we're going to get into it. Okay. We got to do this proper. And every time I do this proper, I got to show you where I'm from. I got to do the intro. Let's do it and get right back into this. Okay. I see you in the comments. Let me go to this one real quick. McLovin in the building. City love, no doubt. Yo, beat, we got this Martin for Manchester. We got something going on. And Daniel goes, they talked in Egal's show about Man City crumbling under the pressure. How? We dominated the game completely. We looked like the old City. Forest had one chance. You know what? I'm gonna get into that, Daniel, and I'm not gonna steal any of the shine that I'm gonna be throwing on Martin's show. But we're gonna get into that. If Phillips goes, get Kimmich. I don't think Phillips deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. It's unfortunate that he hasn't been healthy 100%. It's unfortunate that he hasn't been available to play on the regular like we expected and what we were all excited about in the off season. But we know, especially at DM, we know how difficult it is to be up to speed and to follow, not only read the game, but follow the instructions that Pep gives out. It was great to have seen him on that pitch in the latter stages of that Arsenal game. but he needs some time. He needs some time, and I know we're antsy. I know we're anxious. I know we want things like that because of the importance of this season, trying to three-peat. But I think we got to cut him some slack. FIFA 100%. Thank you, my friend. Like the stream, share the stream, comment and subscribe. Please do that. Do as much as you can. Humbly, I'm hitting humble goal, trying to get to 500 subscribers. If I'm able to get to 1,000 subscribers, it unlocks a lot of different options as a content creator. And for every City fan that every rival that you need to put in their place with some proper content, share it with them, man. Do the thing, do the damn thing. All right, Martin. I heard my name. Don't worry, Martin. All in good. Good nature. All in good nature. Someone spelled my yeah, they spelled it incorrectly, but it's all in good nature. Beep goes, that goal by Forrest Rodri was trying to take a basketball charge foul. You know what? Okay. All right. Let's get into it. I already see where this is going. McLovin goes, Laporte is leaving in the summer. Mixed feelings because he is so good for our style, but he is a bit grumpy and weak sometimes. Johnson passed like a beat. Okay, that's exactly where I was going to go, McLovin. The way they cut through our defense like a hot knife through butter at that later stages of the game like that. One, I got to point out a lot of tired legs were still on that pitch, a lot of tired legs in that midfield. And on top of that, Laporte let a guy just get right past him. He didn't try to get in his way, and he wasn't in the 18-yard box, if I remember correctly. He was not in the 18-yard box. He let him get past him and didn't even show pace to continue to run with him. It was very unfortunate. So really unfortunate. We're gonna go through it. Now, topics on the screen. I first want to address this before I get into it. And actually, let me take this video breakdown off screen just so things look clean. There we go. Okay. That match, we've seen highlights of it, and I'm speaking of City versus Arsenal. All right, us playing at the Emirates. Okay, us going into hostile territory, us going against a team that's been consistently good throughout the large part of this season and have shown that they've been able to find results when not necessarily playing at their best consistently throughout the entire 90 minutes. Okay. We can't now overlook, and I know there's been a result since, but we can't overlook the performance that was put in against Arsenal. We cannot do it. All right. But I want to specifically focus on the manager of the opposing club, of the ops, Arteta. You look at how he was going into that match, listen to some of his press conferences. You look at how he actually dealt with the match on the sidelines. And specifically, I'm going to talk about the instance where the game was brought to him. The ball went out of bounds, ball to his foot. KDB, right? KDB, one of our leaders, one of our star players, onto the pitch, rushing to get the ball. And what does Arteta do? Cheeky little kicks the ball away from KDB. I get it. Maybe he was trying to do it to frustrate KDB. Maybe he was trying to do it to make KDB look silly. Maybe he was trying to do it because he thought his team wasn't in proper position for a quick throw-in. Regardless of those things, the man was out of line to do it. And as soon as he did it, KDB saw it for what it was and reacted, in my opinion, appropriately. Kick the ball away from me? I'm going to rush to go get it. You're in my way. On top of that, I'm not putting hands on you, but as I walk away, I'm going to let you know you don't do that. You don't do that to me. You don't do that to me, KDB. All right? You know the importance of this match. So I love what he was doing. I love what he ended up doing, KDB in this instance. But I think how Arteta was on that sideline was such a great example of what big matches, of what this quote unquote season decider match, how it affected him, how he was dealing with the pressure, how he was dealing with the importance of the occasion. And we've all seen it before. We've seen people that don't really handle stress well, right? We've seen people crumble from it. We've seen people run from it. We've seen people be out of their nature. And I wouldn't say that Arteta is that type of manager on the sidelines to do things like that. No, those cheeky things, we'd expect that from some other managers, not Arteta. I think Arteta clearly showed the effects of the pressure of that match going up, quote unquote, the student versus the master, or the pupil versus the master, right? On top of that, the youth that Arsenal have, right? The youngest squad in the league. If Arteta were to win this league, he'd be the youngest manager to do it. And then you're also looking at a fan base for 18, 19 years of starvation, 18, 19 years of not winning a league title. That inexperience showed in this match. That inexperience of not being in the mix like this, not being accustomed to the pressure like this, not being under the floodlights, under the stage, under the bright lights, right? All eyes were on this match. It's a Wednesday match, a league match on Wednesday, which is typically Champions League. This went head to head against the Champions League fixtures, and all eyes were on it. I think the pressure got to Arteta. You saw it on the sideline. It's going to be really interesting to see how he deals with future pressure moments like this moving forward. We can go and break down that match in greater detail at another time. I enjoy doing that with Pitch Points and with the Mancunian Way and True City Fan and Don Smoke, Hamza, Pablo, Adam, like all those guys. I enjoy doing that because it's the different perspectives. But that pressure under Arteta spoke volumes, and it's not going away. It's how you deal with pressure is to experience more of it, right? Like there's just some things you just learn through the experience. And for many reasons, Arsenal have not been in these pressure moments recently. And when I say recently, 18 years. Let me go to the comments real quick, and I see you guys. I already got to that one. Yeah, Big Morgan, Vader Sundays live magic. I got a bonus show. And actually, you see that topic right at the bottom there. You see new show in the works. I'm really going to do my best to make this Sunday time slot an option to be able to give content to you guys. I really hope I can make that work moving forward, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Oh yes, let me send out the link to my peeps. I forgot about that real quick. Bear with me. This is going to be a short, concise show as well. I should not be having dead air. I'm also going to get to the comments, and I also want to point out that this show that's in the works is going to be different, very different from Why Always Me. I'm looking to actually have it become a show that's going to be heavy on the interaction. I'm going to be leaning on the city community a lot with regards to the show, and I think it's a really good idea. I hope you guys like it. McLevin goes, Laporte showed him goal side. Yeah, and he didn't make it difficult for him to get past him. He didn't show pace to actually stay on his shoulder and make the player have to make decisions. It was really, really poor defending. FIFA goes, Kimmich is a baller. Let's yo, FIFA, you're on a mission right now. You're on a mission. I think nothing's happening. Obviously, nothing's happening until the summertime. There's a few rumors defensive players that I think we're looking at. But at the end of the day, we're going to be doing smart business. I think many would probably argue that we have a defensive player, a wing player, and a midfielder that we're going to be targeting this summer. We did nothing wrong, to be honest. We will batter Bournemouth. The The entire game, I've got more positive than negatives. In all honesty, when we started talking about the match against Nottingham Forest. Interesting. What are the ages for Kimmich and Bellingham? I think that's an important note because we do make plans for the future versus let's just get results here and now, right? When we sign players, they're here for years. McLovin, I've never seen City create so many chances in a game. It's almost as as if Villa, as if since Villa, yeah, I hear that. Pep has his boys more fluid, more understanding of what they need to do. McLovin, 100%, 100%. That's why I'm not killing the team the way some have, right? The chances created, the ball movement, the fluidity from defending to attacking to holding possession. Can we really find complaints like that? They just weren't clinical. Yeah, I think they were a little wasteful in terms of maybe they could have slowed things down and been a little more calm in front of goal. KDB missed a few. I mean, Foden, I know he hadn't been starting for a bit, but he kind of got tangled up with his feet, didn't get a pass off for Holland. Um, I think believe Gundo, Rodri, I think missed two attempts. Um, yeah, and Holland missed his. I can't kill the team. I can't. Pep set them up for that to be a almost mirror result the way we played Nottingham Forest the first time. Pep set them up. That should have been a calm win. It should have been. Daniel goes, I found it funny that Igal said we crumbled under the pressure. Man City in a title race doesn't. Know what? Yeah, we don't. We don't crumble under pressure. We actually we're actually at our best when it's at that point. Um, we've proved it many times, 100%. I'm sure Igal just wants to rattle Hamza. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. And I haven't checked out his show. If you haven't, Egal TV, check out that show after this one, of course. But no, fellow Canadian, he's out there across the pond. But the thing that I want to point out is there's often the friendships among the panelists, and sometimes often the conversation isn't really about football. It's about one upping each other, and they go back and forth with it. You just got to kind of recognize it. FIFA goes Kimmich miles better. You're on that mission, FIFA. I'm gonna slow down with that. We're gonna have to talk about that at another time. Clip that. It was a Wednesday game. Clip that. It was a Wednesday game. Explain that. I'm not sure what you mean by that. And I see Martin in the background. I'm gonna have him join the show. He disagrees. I got two Martins actually. Martin, you're gonna have to. Can you briefly go on camera so I can invite you properly? I got you, man. All right. And welcome to the show, my guy Martin, the Mancunian Way. How you doing today?
Evening. Sorry I'm not on camera. I'm just coming back from my parents. Sorry, mate.
Oh, no worries. No worries. I actually saw two of you backstage, so I just wanted to make sure everything was cool.
Yeah, one of them didn't connect for some weird reason.
Okay. Yeah. Kind of odd. FIFA's on a mission with regards to Kimmich, so I'm gonna let him have the combo.
FIFA's playing FIFA.
He's on a mission. It's gonna be.
He's playing FIFA. You're never getting Kimmich out of bloody Bayern.
FIFA, you hear that? He says never. Never.
No, Joshua Kimmich will be a lifer. Sadly, I'd love him, but he's a lifer. He's never moving. Real Madrid and everyone would have been in for him otherwise.
That's fair. I'm gonna add Adam to the mix as well. Adam, thanks for joining the show, man. This is a bonus show Sunday. I'm using this time slot real quick to just go over some of the content that I wasn't able to talk about on Why Always Me earlier in the week. Been blessed with FIFA, Big Morgan, McLovin, Daniel. Beat was in here earlier, and and we're just talking. We're obviously talking about the result with regard to Nottingham Forest. I don't want to get into it too quick because I want to save that content to discuss on the Mancunian Way. I was just mainly this bonus show was to actually go over what was missed from the last show with regards to Arteta and Pep. And I think it was clear. I think it was clear that Arteta showed how the pressure affected him on that Wednesday match. Um, those sideline antics, I think, spoke volumes, and it's going to be something that obviously he's going to have to better deal with as he matures as a manager. But I want to point this out, and I'm gonna throw this to you, Martin. I think as as great as the result was against Arsenal, I'm gonna speak about Arsenal, and then later on, guys, I'm gonna talk to Nottingham Forest briefly. But Pep applied what he's been tinkering, what he's been flirting with, all of the little tweaks and adjustments and mini experiments. He applied that fully in that Arsenal match, and I think couldn't we can we really find fault in Pep with regards to looking back to early in the season, knowing that this is where he wanted to get the squad? Is that too open of a question?
Oh,
Okay, because it's let
I'm
me say
trying to
this. Let me
think
say
because
this.
we've developed so much since the start of the season. We've changed.
Yeah, but what I want
Oh,
to ask is we've developed so much, but is it a matter of he's always kind of had this as the direction that he was going into?
I think he's had this
And
direction for 3 years.
okay, okay,
Going back to
explain
the
a little
Leon
more.
game, when we were at the Leon game and he played three at the back. This was
Yeah.
always the game plan where we used to joke when I was on another channel. Oh, Pep wants to play three at the back. He wants to play three at the back, and we kind of joked about it. And we all went, "Oh, he won't do it," because at the time we had Sané and Sterling. Now,
Hmm.
obviously, because this is what people have noticed is they've got to look at the way he played at Barcelona. And the way he played now is exactly what he did at Barcelona, just he had better players at Barcelona to do it with. Let's not lie.
Hmm.
He kind of did. So this is maybe why I'm partly very relaxed because I know there's an end game to this, and I know the end game includes more players to come in to do this.
Hmm.
Right now, we haven't got the players, and people are saying, "Well, why is he doing it then?" Well, because not every player is going to go. So
Right.
what you're doing is you're setting all your players up for the future, ready to roll. So when these new players in know exactly what he wants to do, there's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 players around who already know what the game plan is. You got to build something. You don't just throw a tactic in straight away and just go, right, let's go.
Right.
You build
Right.
it slowly. And there's going to be teething issues with it, which there is.
And I'm see,
I mean,
and
I
I'm
don't want to give too much away because I know I'm going to go into it later because I have a
yeah.
very different outlook on yesterday than a lot of other people.
No, that's perfect. That's perfect. So
I'm not going down the negative road. Anyone who wants to come in and go down the negative road's welcome, but no, ain't for me. Sorry.
no, that's
No,
fair.
it's
That's
not.
fair. Yeah, don't take any content away from what we're going to be talking about in less than an hour. But I do want to share this because the girl RK goes. Someone said Pep set the players up for a 6-0. They produced a 1-0, and she's specifically talking about the Nottingham Forest game. And you know what? I see where the chat's going, so I'm giving up. I'm giving up on my talking points. We're going to deal a little bit with that, and I'm gonna get back into it. But I agree. I agree. I think the way we performed against Forest the first time around, Pep set them up for success this time around as well. They, for whatever reason, as frustrating as it is, for whatever reason, the goals weren't going in the back of the net. And we will we will have a proper breakdown as to possibly why. My only real criticism with regards to the latter stages of the game, okay, hear me out, you guys in the chat, is I believe that the performance that was put in on Wednesday with all of those bodies, with the exception of
Laporte.
all of those bodies, with the exception of Laporte and Foden, right,
Yeah,
Adam? I think those were the
yeah,
two
you're
new
correct.
bodies.
But you know what
Um,
is
Yeah,
better as well?
yeah, go ahead, go
Martin,
ahead.
I pretty much said it on the WhatsApp group. I said, look, some people are annoyed with the substitutions that Pep didn't make. But generally speaking, look, put that aside, yeah. Put that one aside, yeah. Generally speaking, the reason why I will say I wasn't annoyed. Yes, we got. As I pretty much said, look, we got a point. We'd rather get a point. Yes, I know we didn't get all 3 points, but the issue was, yeah, some of the players were not clinical in front of goal. So I don't see
Mhm.
how I don't see how it's Pep's fault. If
Yeah.
these players can't put the ball in the back of the net, yes, I understand. Yes,
Adam
Pep didn't do
Steele,
the
Adam
substitutions early.
Steele,
Yeah,
Adam
no, it's
Steele
a
me
fair
post
point.
match.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
yeah. I know.
it's a great point. If we were under major issue yesterday, because I watched it live,
Mhm.
and I'm telling you now, there wasn't a time in that game where I thought, you know what, we're in trouble here.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
just thought it was, we're not going to score. And the problem is, yeah, you can make change. When you make a substitution, you make a substitution to change the game up. Before Forest had scored, as late as they did, could someone tell me what was actually going wrong, other than Haaland missing from 2 yards and Foden missing a one-on-one? Whether he slipped, should have took it earlier, passed it earlier, whatever.
Mhm.
Could
Mhm.
what exactly was going wrong?
Yeah.
Can we make
No, no, no.
Keylor Navas not have a good game?
Yeah.
I think people need to really put in perspective here what they're doing. I think people are looking at the result and they've hit the panic
Okay.
button again.
Let me. So viewers and everyone in the chat, I love the interaction. And again, if you're new, please subscribe. If you've been here before and you like the content, please hit that like button. It means it does tremendous things for the channel. So please continue to do that. Um, this this time slot is actually going to be devoted towards a show that I have in the making. Right, I have a few ideas of a few ideas that I'm just ironing out, and I've gotten a fantastic group of City fans that they're content creators and they're people that I've been introduced with and met through even Twitter Spaces as well. And I love their points of view. I love the energy that they'll bring. I'm developing a show idea that I want to do every Sunday. For me, it's 4 o'clock out here in Toronto. It's going to be 9 o'clock UK time, and I think in South Africa, it's actually 11 o'clock in the PM. So people that are going to be involved with it are going to be in many different time zones. But I hope that time slot's going to be great. I would love if those of you in the chat right now could actually commit to this show moving forward, and just know this: um, it's going to be edutainment. Edutainment meaning there's going to be some education in it, but there's going to be some entertainment in it as well. And it is going to be City fan, City fan themed, City fan directed. All right. It's listening to you guys. It's interacting, and I think it's providing some content that I think will be fantastic. No, FIFA. It's going to be PM 9 p.m. So 9 p.m. UK time, 4 p.m. East Coast time here in North America, 11 p.m. South Africa time, and so on. So once you know the time slot, but the content I think is going to be fantastic. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make it an hour. If through the comments and through the interaction, it's going to dictate more, then we'll build off of that. But right now, it's going to be an hour show, and I kid you not, it's going to be star-studded with regards to City fan panelists. And we're gonna address a few amazing things. So know that that's in the works. I want to kind of get this time slot today, and obviously provide the bonus show, but let you guys know of that. Um, and obviously knowing the direction coming off of this loss with Nottingham Forest, I know a lot wants to be talked about with regards to that. I'm not going to steal the thunder, but I want to ask each and every one of you to stay tuned and please follow me on the Mancunian way that's going to take place in less than an hour, less than 40 minutes. It's at 10 p.m. UK time. So make sure to tune into that because we're going to go into real depth with regards to that. A few things. Bear with me in the comments. A few things. I want to stress that formation that we saw against Arsenal. Pep's been tinkering. Pep's been messing around with it all season long. All right. Inverted fullbacks was the first step of that, right? I'm going to have my fullback start the game, but I'm going to actually have them inverted and play like a midfielder. He's gone to the point now at this stage in the season that he doesn't even start a fullback. He is starting a midfielder and he's having them play in that position inverted. Now what we're seeing on the left hand side, right? So but Pep's been messing around with that all season long. I think it's amazing, and that's why I wanted to bring up the point with regards to Pep. I just deleted my banner. Can I bring that back? No, I can't. But the banner was Pep and City, old dog, new tricks. The players on this squad have been here for many years. Pep has transformed them. He's having them do things that we haven't really seen them do consistently over the years. And it's a system, it's a pattern of play that he wants. So when we look at this three at the back system, three box four, 3-2-2-3, however you want to look at it, it's for control and it's for a vision that he has with regards to how teams play us. I think there's still some growing pains within it. I think there's still some personnel that obviously need to be fully up to speed and comfortable with, but we know where it's going. And I'm having a lot more trust in seeing that system. And I want to specifically point out and give huge, absolutely huge. Again, I'm talking about the Arsenal match now. And actually, it doesn't change with Nottingham Forest despite the result. But I want to give huge ratings to Silva, Ake, and Rodri. In that Arsenal match, go back and watch it if you haven't. Those of you in the chat, go back and watch it. Silva and Ake were interchanging, playing left center back and left back. Like at times, based off of transition, where they were caught with Arsenal having the ball, they fell back defensively, and it wasn't like they were rushing to get into the position to have Silva out on the wing and Ake in the middle. They were dealing with the situation. So it was amazing to see, and you know that with more time, they're just going to be a lot more comfortable with it. But I want to give them huge ratings and Rodri as well. Adam brought up this point. Pep didn't make those subs with regards to this last game, but those three players, and I know Ake was brought on, but Silva and Rodri played some heavy minutes this last two games. I was very surprised to see it. The late stages of this past game, I was expecting some subs a little earlier just because of the Champions League match later in the week. But that obviously didn't happen. It's going to be a talking point. I'm sure we're going to deal with on the Mancunian way. Let me go to these comments real quick. Oh man, I'm a little behind. Let me star these because I want to deal with it. You know what? Daniel goes. Oh, I'm way behind. Sorry, guys. Bear with me. Oh, Beep asks. He goes, "What's the timetable on Stones? Have you guys heard the timetable with regards to Stones and his injuries?"
A week or two.
Okay, nothing serious. Nothing serious. That's good to know. McLovin goes, "How sad to see my own fans are tearing Foden apart for that one moment of indecision. When last night we saw our Stockport Iniesta back, but we won't feel that love." No, I mean there's some fans. I think they're
Put
being
myself on
extreme.
mute.
They're being harsh. They're being they're being way too harsh on him because he hasn't been playing in a while. And again, I don't even know the details to why he's been on the pitch. He's been off the pitch. I know he's been dealing with things, right? But us, and I agree, McLovin, us as a fan base need to give the man some time to get back into it. I would say that for as rusty as I would have expected him, he wasn't that bad. Yes, that was he kind of got tangled up and he didn't square that ball up for Holland, but he at
He
the
shouldn't
same
have played
time.
90 minutes.
But
No, I agree. Go ahead.
but
Yeah, go ahead.
is sometimes some of our fan base here, they like to. I'm not saying you can't look. Yes, the guy has had his issues off the pitch. We will not. Well, what we won't say. rather than putting him under the magnifying glass, why don't you just per se support him and show him the love? That's what I'm saying. Yes, he's had his issues off the pitch. Rather than trying to bash him and everything when he's low and everything, try motivating him and pushing him to get and make him happy. In a sense, when somebody's not feeling that great, push them into somewhat feeling great, and that's what I'm saying. Rather than bashing him, let's just help him.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
To me, with Foden, you need to bring him in for half an hour. He's not ready to start games.
Mm.
I would bring him in. Listen, he'll get back there, but there's too much going on in his life.
Yeah. And it happens, and I'm not again, I'm not going to be overly critical of him. I think it was a lot of it was part rust. A lot of it is a little confidence. Will he get to his form? I think given time and given playing time, he'll definitely get there. The quality's not going away. He just needs some time.
I'm laughing at FIFA's comments, and you're going to tell me he's not playing FIFA.
And I also want to point this out with regards to the match. And again, the Arsenal match, let me be clear. We went into their house. We dictated play with what Pep's been working on for a while now. I had the comment on the screen where many fans, rivals, want to criticize and say Pep's been overthinking it. He's been making things more difficult than he needs to. It's because he's been grooming the team to get to that style of play that we saw versus Arsenal. And we saw that same style of play versus Nottingham Forest. For whatever reason, the shots weren't going in. And to go back to the Foden point, which many fans are kind of killing him for the Nottingham Forest performance, it was Phil Foden that actually drove through the midfield, took that shot on net that resulted in that rebound that fell to Haaland's feet. All right, it was so you can't just close your eyes and say I'm going to kill you on this one and ignore the other one. You can't do that, and many fans do that, and I don't agree with that take as a fan base. FIFA goes, he's asking questions with regards to the start time. He goes, let's go, son. Yeah, we're gonna make it happen. Trust me, I think it's gonna be great to watch. McLevin goes, link up with Man City Hardcore Hamza. He's pure entertainment. Yeah, we've collabed on a few features on some other channels, and I think it's a good yin and yang or balance when the two of us are doing some content. Big Morgan goes, Vader could sell Vader could sell corruption to the Premier League. So good, bud. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what you mean. I could sell corruption to the Premier League, but further explain that to me, Big Morgan. FIFA goes, let's try EDS in midfield. FIFA's on one today. I don't know what it is, FIFA. I don't know what happened to you and your breakfast this morning, but you're on one. We reckon Hart regrets not being good with his feet. Hart had his time here and he did his thing. Will always be one of the city greats. No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Yeah. Daniel goes, he doesn't mess around with the formation. He literally plays the same formation as Arsenal. The only difference is that he changes the players who invert 100%. Cancelo, Lewis, Stones, and now Bernardo. Daniel, Daniel analyzes and looks at the games the way he, structured that comment. That's exactly right. I think Pep looks at, okay, where's the weak point within the teams, or how are teams going to attack me, and where do I want to invert and have this extra body within the midfield? Where do I want to take my chances with? And I think you're exactly right. FIFA goes, got a feeling you'll get FIFA from your fingers to God's ears. All right, I appreciate that. Man, I got to figure out how I handle these comments and manage the show as well. Charlie goes, for me, Foden played well. To say it was his first start in a very long time, I agree. I think he played within what was asked of him. His movement was good. A few touches were a little off, but that's rust, right? And again, there's the synergy that needs to happen with the other 10 players on that pitch that you don't get by watching. You don't get by just being in training. You actually have to be in game speed, and that happens. FIFA goes, I haven't played FIFA since 17. Really? Since 17? You're missing out, man. I've actually been enjoying the last few editions. What do we got? Beep goes, grass cut too low at Forest. You know what? That's a possible alleged charge for Forest. We need to investigate that. Big Morgan goes, nothing but 100% respect, Vader, to you, my bud. Oh, okay, I got you, my guy. I got you. Okay. Now, also, we gave our ratings because when we looked at how intricate and how fluid Silva, Ake were defensively, and Rodri was bossing that midfield against Arsenal. And I've been saying this for a really long time, and it was some of the comments earlier in the show with regards to Calvin Phillips. It's unfortunate that he hasn't been in the form that many of us have wanted, right? It's unfortunate that he, took the injury and he hasn't been in the mix. But we also know that playing in that position year one is difficult of any player. Any player coming in and playing that role is tough. Rodri, as great and as easy as he's making it look now, had his struggles when he first came to our team. So Phillips, we can expect the same thing. I liked seeing him versus Arsenal in, I think, the last, 8 minutes, 10 minutes of that game, because Rodri can't play every game. There's such, and it's not a fault. It's not being harsh on him. But when Rodri's tired, he is not the same player. When he does not have the legs, it's clear and evident. And he needs to be able to get some rest. He needs to not have to play a full 90 minutes. And Calvin's got to step up for that, 100%.
Do you think he will?
I think he will. I don't know if we're going to see him play in important games this season, but when it's a Rodri start, Calvin close out the game, I think we can see more of that. We just can't continue to see Rodri playing a full 90.
How about this?
We're not really seeing that, though, are we?
But how
We
about
haven't
this?
seen it yet, but we're going to need to, because this season's going to be there's going to be way too many games. Sorry.
You know what else? You know what else I can see it happening per se? If say we're in a Champions League, and say we first leg we're winning per se like 3-1 first leg.
Mm-hmm.
I could see Pep somewhat. You've got a pivot of Calvin Phillips and Rodri somewhat in the second leg, yeah, to somewhat try to manage or counter attack the other team's midfield battle. So you've got of the two holding midfielders in Calvin Phillips and Rodri. But you know what the issue with that is? Then you're gonna have to drop Gundogan or Bernardo, or then the issue is you have to play Bernardo on the right. That's your other option.
Yeah.
And the person that can play next to Calvin, so it's a midfield three of Calvin Phillips, yeah, KDB and Rodri. But Calvin Phillips helps Rodri. But you also then you've got the issue of that you don't have Gundogan who controls the ball. But then if you play Bernardo on the right, he's per se not as great as what he is when he's in the midfield.
Yeah. I would agree. I think it's going to be if we have control of the first leg. Yeah, Pep's going to have a lot more liberty on how he sets us up.
I think you're going to need 4 or 5 nils control. No, I mean, say,
yeah.
I honestly,
I hear you.
I said this earlier, and people think I'm crazy. I think Phillips will be gone in the summer. I don't think Phillips will be here next year.
I don't know. I think the first year learning curve is something to keep in account.
But
I don't
know.
Perone him. I know, but
if they were going to give Phillips his chance, why bring Perone in?
because I think of the versatility from Perron, because Perron can play more like, couldn't Perron play more like a Silva than a Rodri? Or I know he could play like Rodri, but I think he could also do that service like Silva does.
The
And when I
trouble is,
mean
you've
in
got
terms of ball control.
say you get your number one target, which we all know is Jude.
Hmm.
Say they get Jude. You've still got KDB. You've got Jude. Say Gundogan stays.
Yeah.
You're going to have Rodra,
You
all
know
these
what?
players, and then
Yeah.
from the
This is
point someone has to go bye bye.
someone has got to drop. I know.
Someone's going to be sat on the bench and they won't even get games rotating wise. And
Yeah.
West Ham have been sniffing around Calvin Phillips for about a year and a half, and maybe it just suits all parties that this one hasn't worked out. Because the difference is that people say, well, Grealish got his chance. Big difference. Grealish was still getting games.
Yeah, he was getting games. He was getting
Calvin Phillips
cameos.
isn't
Yeah.
really even getting 5 or 10 minutes. He's getting nothing.
Yeah.
Phillips is
Mhm.
getting nothing. And to me, that is a massive statement at the minute.
Yeah, I think it's speaking to maybe him not showing exactly what Pep's asking of him, but from a skill set, the the way he's been able to cover the pitch when healthy, the way he's been able to distribute the ball, because he can ping that ball left or right, and he does it very well. I think that's why it's like, let's get another year. And I think it was who said it earlier in the comments. It was said if he's not good next season, then he's gone. I think FIFA said if he's still not playing at a high level, he's gone next season. Charlie also asked if do we think that Bernardo is going to play at that left back versus RB Leipzig, and I would say no. I think I could be wrong. Well, there's definitely going to be a preview, but I could see us having a traditional back four with one of them playing inverted versus um, automatically setting up with three at the back. That's kind of like my take, but who knows with Pep. The comments have been amazing, and thank you all so much. I'm going to be cognizant of this time because I am going to end the show right at 10, and I don't want to have to do another bonus show because I don't get through the topics. But I do want to respect every comment that's been up here. Um, Charlie goes, for me, Phillips has come back at the wrong time. Every game from now is a must-win game. You cannot take risks from now on. Phillips will get one more season to prove himself at the club. I think so as well. I think so as well. And if he's not showing it even in through the offseason, to Martin's point, maybe it's a late loan, maybe it's a late sell of him. That's actually
can I just quickly just make one quick point before I go just on the Phillips thing? It's not that I don't think he's a great player. I do. I was hyped when we bought him. I thought, yeah. The issue with Phillips is he's 27. He's going to be 28 next year.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just 27 now. If he goes the rest of the season and doesn't play football, if he then goes, because let's be honest, he's back up to Rodra.
Yeah.
You bring in Rodri again, he's still back up next year going into 28 years old. Phillips then has to make a decision. Phillips can't sit on a bench for 2 years. I know he's been injured, but he wasn't injured for all of it. He chose to go away with England. He should never have gone with England. He should have stayed, sorted his fitness out, and said to Pep, I'm not going with England. I know it's a hard decision. I know it's a tough one to make, but he's got to think, who pays my wages? Who looks after me? I'm going to stay here and prove that I can play. He's gone to England. All of them came back overweight and not fit. All the England players, because Southgate doesn't have a clue what he's doing. So they all came back overweight and unfit. So they all had to get readjusted again. But Phillips, like I think it was Charlie or Phoebe said, you're not going to throw Phillips in at this point when you're in must-win game situation.
Yeah. It does make it tough.
Phillips willing to sit out? Is he going to sit out the rest of the season and then go into next season knowing he's back up again? And that's without buying anyone, because we're going to buy in the summer.
Yeah, we're going to buy. I think again, I know how Pep's approach is really to look at how are you delivering with regards to the instructions that I'm giving you. So I'm not, and obviously Martin's not saying this. Adam's not saying this. It's not a pure write-off. He's out the door. He's definitely going to have to prove himself during this in the offseason, and the chances that he gets to close out the season, those are great opportunities. Those are great times to showcase and say, you know what, I deserve to be here. It's obviously, and I see it in the comments, it's hard to actually get a spot when you have Rodri playing the way he does. But the fact that he's not getting the playing time, whether it was due to injury, whether it's not being at the same standard and quality of Rodri, is where he's going to have to fix up. But I always say year one, it's often no one looks good at City year one. Year one is always kind of like, let's wait and see. I think he'll get that shot to prove himself. I also want to point this out with regards to the topics on the screen. Let's not have the meltdown like we've had after previous games, guys. Okay, I know the Nottingham Forest was not the result that we wanted. Many of us are reacting like it was a loss. I had to be reminded. My little girl told me, "Daddy, didn't you guys draw?" I was like, "Yeah, we actually drew," but we just need to kind of calm down. And we've been winning. We've been winning away, and it's not really been playing at our best, guys. I know we've been saying this often. We haven't gotten into like top speed. We're not in full gear yet. That it's crazy. That still hasn't happened yet, and that's injuries in the backfield. Pep trying to make things work. Pep introducing this new system. Us getting accustomed to Holland getting accustomed to us. The exit of players. There's been a lot of things that have happened throughout the season. We have not clicked, but we are what? 2 points away. We are 4 points away from top of the league. We have not clicked. And the club that is ahead of us, they were clicked, dialed in, playing some of their best football to be at that level, and we have not been. So we got to calm down a little bit. I know it's frustrating, but let's put things into context. We're not at our best yet, and we're still in striking distance. We're still in striking distance. We're not out of reach yet. Still in that zone. I want to stress this. We got 1 minute before 10. Martin, he's got his show. I know he's going to have to bounce. Martin, anything you want to say real quick before you have to go?
All I'll say is I'll end on this. If we'd have got a point at Arsenal and we'd have beat Forest, everyone would have been happy. Because it's worked out the other way around. People ain't so happy. Funny that, isn't it?
Good wisdom from Martin. We're going to go to the Mancunian.
But anyway, see you soon. Smash that subscribe for this legend.
Thank you. All of you in the chat.
You'll see him very, very shortly.
100%. We're going to head over there. All of you on this show right now, we're going to be heading over there. I'm going to say this real quick. These next two games are going to be key, right? What do we have next? We've got RB Leipzig that we're going to be playing, and right after that, Adam, do you know who we play in the league?
we have Bournemouth, but Arsenal got Leicester next week Saturday. But look,
I'm not even looking at Arsenal. I'm counting Arsenal to win every match. That's how I'm looking at them.
I think it's Bournemouth. I'm not sure, but I'm not sure. I think it's I think it's Bournemouth. I'm not sure, but somebody will probably correct me in the comment section.
Okay, I think it is Bournemouth. I think you're right. Beep goes, hit that like button. Thank you all. Hit that like button. What I want to point out too is the topics will always be on screen for my shows, so you guys know what's discussed. I'm going to do my best because I think it's actually with the number of followers that I have that allows me to then put thumbnails in my shows. So when I get to that point, I'm actually going to have proper thumbnails matching exactly to the topic. So you guys, if you happen to be watching this on a replay, boom, you can get to those topics specifically as you like. I want to thank each and every one of you today, and I also want to point out that this show is a new show's in development. A new show is in the works, and I'm giddy for it. I'm doing a lot of things behind the scenes because I want to make it so nice. So please subscribe, hit that like button, continue to share. when I'm able to grow this channel, and I know that milestone is a long ways away, but when this show hits 1,000 subscribers, it unlocks different options within YouTube. That's the way they do it. So when I get to that point, I'm going to be able to do more with regards to the community. I'm going to be able to do more with regards to even channel options. Gundalorian happened to join the show. I want to thank you. I'm just about to shut down Gundo. I'm gonna Adam. I don't know if Adam's gonna be able to, but I'm about to jump over at the Mancunian Way, and we're gonna talk some more city football.
I didn't know. I thought it was 5 Eastern.
No, he's gonna be at 5 Eastern.
Oh wow! I thought
Yeah,
you
yeah.
were at 5 Eastern. I don't know why.
Oh no, it's all good, man. I started at 4, just an hour ago. Yeah. No, it's all good, man. We're gonna be making so much more content
Okay,
together.
I thought that's why I came at 5. I thought it was 5 Eastern. I didn't know it was.
Oh,
4
no
Eastern.
worries. Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay,
But
ask him to send me the link then for the next one, and then tomorrow we have a UCL. If you're available, let me know.
Yes, yeah. So actually, all of you, before we bounce, all of you in the chat right now watching the show, Mancunian Way, right now we're about to head over there. And then tomorrow, make sure Pitch Points, find him on YouTube, subscribe, hit that notification, notify so you know when he's going to go live. I'll be there as well for a feature. We're going to talk some UCL. All right. Thank you all within the comments. Love. We're going to head over to the Mancunian Way. Let's all head over there and support that channel. Everyone in the comments, Beep. Much love, my guy. Thank you, Charlie, in the building. Big Morgan, FIFA, City Blue, Peter, McLovin, Noah, in the everyone. Thank you. If I missed you, love as always. First things first. My peeps always come first. You guys are my peeps. Thank you within the comments. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the shares and the subs. Raider Games. I'm out.